Mhm.
Yeah, what's poppin'? You know how we moving, man. Titans Colosseum in the building. Yeah, my two co-hosts, they don't need no introduction. Firestone Morocco and yours truly. Let's get it. Okay, now tighten up, it's a Coliseum. Fake people, you'll never see them. Everybody authentic, dog, you can join to it, just take a DM. Everybody in the city rocking, it don't take much to be loved. I scared the doctor on my last visit with that two-tone in my blood. We don't play around, we just hold it down. They scared to play us on our side of town. Say we going through a rebuild, but are we really going through it, man? Stacking up on our receiving core, I don't see a ball going through their hands. Creeping up on our division rivals, they gon' really think that we the boogeyman. F the Ravens and the Texans, Jaguars and the Coast too. Real talk, if anybody not rocking that two-tone blue, you can catch us on the podcast. We gon' keep it real, we gon' speak fast. Always live on game day, we like Mike Keith when he yell sag. Titans Colosseum, we be chillin' in the front row. It don't take much for you to go and see him. Titans Colosseum, everybody authentic, dog. You can join to it, just take a deal.
You know what time it is. It's the Titans Colosseum Podcast. Tighten the f*** up. Let's go.
Man, we ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. Make sure y'all go holler at Wilson down at Music City Autoplex. Great inventory of vehicles. If you can't make it down there to the lot, go to musicityAutoplex.com and check out everything online. And you can give them a call at 844-543-0108. I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all feeling tonight, and I'm gonna also turn up our guest and everything. But then we finna get to it. But Firestone, how you doing?
I'm pissed, bro. I'm not, bro. I was already pissed off, and I asked Will Levis last week, "Hey, come out here and prove me wrong." And I'd be damned if he didn't come out here and prove me right on everything I said and I was worried about and more. Bro, I'm not in panic. I'm not hitting the panic button, but these first 2 weeks is sitting very uneasy with me right now.
RJ, you want to add something to that?
I would tell, man. Hey, man, Levis ain't it, dog. Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I tried, bro. I gave him a chance to redeem himself, bro. I was on the third. I watched the first half from the third, you know what I'm saying, the 300 section, bro. I was all way. I got to see the whole field, bro. He out there missing reads, bro. He doing stuff. Nah, bro. That ain't it, dog. I'm telling y'all, bro. It didn't look good, bro. You know, at the same time, you know, hey, we got to give him a whole year, man. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to Sal from Jersey, which I met up with the Sick Podcast guys, man. Shout out to them, man. They came out, you know what I'm saying? They out to Nashville, man. I kicked it with all love, man. Mr. Titan as well, man. But man, I was watching this video afterwards, man. He pretty much put it on, bro. He said, got to get a guy a whole year, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see if he's gonna improve, man. But I'm sorry, y'all. For what I saw on Sunday, that ain't it.
So, like I said, man, I'm gonna turn up our guest for the night, man. Really ain't a guest, man. It's family. Y'all make sure y'all go watch his show, Cast It to the King, man. Give it up for our guy, Josh Mickle. Mickle, what's happening with you?
It's going good, and nothing much to say from Firestone and RJ, but I know for me, for this being, I've said this is the Will Levis evaluation year. And just to get out of the way, my 12-5 prediction, I said had an asterisk next to it that if Will Levis takes the next step as a quarterback, that 12-5 is very much a possibility. But in terms of being a fan, this year probably ain't it.
Oh,
It's all
man.
about it's basketball. The Memphis Grizzlies. I can't wait for the John Morant discussions. Let's go. I'm ready for the John Morant comeback of the year. So
Man.
that's what's getting me going this fall is the start of basketball season. Until then, hey, we can go 0-17. I don't care.
Hey, you see, I'm on the basketball season. Look what shirt I got on.
Man, I need to go be a fan of something else right now, man. Because the Titans, man, they gonna fuck around and have me in the hospital before it's all said and done. But shout out to everybody watching tonight. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. We got Tyrell in the building. We got Blueface in the house. We got Corey D in the house. He had to sit through that foolishness yesterday. So I tell you, it was disgusting as hell. Walking out that stadium, hearing that Jets, Jet.
That shit was annoying, bro.
I will say
They were so hyped to beat such a bad team, bro. Like, we're not a good team, bro.
They just needed it, bro. And at least they didn't fucking parade on us like New Orleans Saints did on the Cowboys after they ass kicking they did, bro. But it's aggravating to see them chant and hear it over TV and shit, bro. I can only imagine what it's like dealing with it in person.
Man, it was something else. But shout out to Running Sneed watching tonight, man. Shout out to Roy watching tonight. He gonna give us a little bit of hell, man. He feeling good right now because the Texans up 2-0. And honest to God truth, I mean, I don't blame him. Hell, I mean, it ain't nobody but the Texans putting on for the division right now. But shout out to William watching tonight. We got Andre in the house. We got Gabriel Lee. We got Levi watching. Johnny, he finna be giving us hell. Like I said, they feeling good about themselves. D Majors, what's happening? I ain't see D out there yesterday. And D, hopefully you didn't come because if you would have came, you would have been a part of the foolishness too. But shout out to Michael Washington tonight. Shout out to Mike J. Washington. I know Mike J. got that doing the motherfucker right now. Goddamn, we got to see his boy Malik Willis next. And we're gonna talk about that. Tonight. So y'all just hang in there with us. Shout out to Darian watching. Shout out to Julie. We got Ben Ball in the house. We got D9 in the building. We got KJ, LeBron. We got Ty Kendrick. Hey, and we also got Bryce in the house, man. Shout out to Bryce watching tonight, man. Hey, got the shout outs out the way. Got the deals paid. So let's talk about this foolishness. I don't even want to ask y'all the question of who y'all blaming because I already know who y'all blaming, but we don't
Good job, Josh. Good job.
Man, Josh.
JETS, Jets.
Who you putting this loss on, Josh?
You have to start. You got to start with the quarterback. He's always going to be the first to get praise, and he's going to get the first to get the blame. His week 1 performance versus Chicago channeled his inner Brett Favre, Carson Wentz isms to much hair-pulling frustration for us Titan fans because that game was in the bag for us. And once again, versus Houston, Caleb Williams is not looking good accurately throwing the football. They had no business winning that game week 1. And so they somehow win that game. 10 points contribute from Will Levis versus the Jets. We're driving down when it happened for the second time. It's one thing for one of these freak things to happen one time. For it to happen twice, but in back-to-back weeks, early in the year. God forbid if this was like late in the year and he did this week 17 and 18 and it cost us a playoff spot. Or cost us a playoff game. God forbid that happened in back-to-back weeks. He'd be run out of town of Nashville if that was the case. But there's nothing more he can say. Like, Will Levis tries to play hero ball too much, in my opinion. And Traylon Burks needs to be scrapped out of the play calling playbook altogether. The end around in week 1 and the deep throw to him in week 2 versus the Jets, failing to capitalized like in that coverage. He had his hands on the ball, did not fight for it, got picked off. It's frustrating to see Burks continue to be this way, but we're not surprised. We saw this a little bit in the preseason. We saw it last year. He got most of his yards week 2 versus the Chargers. And like Burks needs to be put in NWI, put in our rookie Jaquan Jackson, give Tyler Boyd some more reads. And if DeAndre Hopkins isn't going to be out there for you, him and Burks are just wasted roster spots this year. You're better off putting Hopkins on the short-term IR with his MCL knee, and then you can free that spot up for a different wide receiver that you can fill in. But this defense, going into the year, this defense was transformed up and down, but we didn't know what to make of it. Week 1, ranked number 1 in the NFL. Nobody could have predicted that. Not even me. Not even any of us watching the show could have predicted number 1 defense in the NFL. I thought that could be top 15, top 12. You're flirting with top 10. You are number 1 ranked defense after 1 week, and they'll probably be ranked top 10 after this weekend when all is said and done. I don't know what's going on with special teams. I'm considering this to be a fluke. Because if this happens again, there's some serious issues with this special teams coaching staff altogether. If this happens 3 weeks in a row with a blocked punt, and yeah, it's gonna be a long haul with the Will Levis. It's gonna be the long haul. That's my initial take.
Yeah, Will Levis, I think the only thing he's doing good right now is fucking up people's Sundays. But
God, you ain't wrong about that.
But Firestone, man, I ain't gonna ask you who to blame. I already know who you blaming, but I'm gonna ask you this right here. How long of a leash should Will Levis have?
Man, hey, look, you ever seen somebody that got a badass dog and they ain't got a leash? They got their hand on the collar. That's Will Levis's leash right now. There ain't no leash. You got a hand on collar, like, look, no, I gotta have head control. I need blinders on you, something, bro. Because it's bad of some of these things that you're missing in your reads. It's like maybe sometimes you're not going through progressions. Other times you're forcing the ball where it doesn't need to go. And I don't like this Treylon Burks play. And everybody's like, oh, it's only on Burks. It's not. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Burks should have caught the ball. Ball shouldn't have been thrown there in the first place at all. I mean, look, and we'll show this right here.
Wide, freaking open.
Wide open. 20 fucking 30 yards wide open, and everybody's like, "Oh, Will's already in a throwing motion here." He's not. He put his foot in the ground. What about here? Ridley is open right there. You see already that the DB is going with Treylon. He's on his hip. He's trailing with him. He's running with him. The safety's up top over. You know that means Ridley's coming over the cross. That's going to be wide fucking open. Nick Vinette's open on the flat. Like, you threw it to the one dude that had 2 guys on him, and there was 2 other guys on routes that was open, and only 3 dudes went on a route. And it's like, well, Callahan called the play and said, hey, we're trying to get Burks on this play. But that's what a good QB does. You don't force a ball. Just because Callie says, hey, we're trying to get Burks open on this play and get the ball to him, doesn't mean you didn't force the ball to him. And people keep using that as a cop-out. But Brian also said, hey, we had several plays that we designed to D-Hop, and it didn't go to D-Hop. This being one of them. D-Hop is open in the center. Tony Pollard's open on the flat. Will Levis takes a sack here. There's no points in this. Like, he's not seeing these people. It's more than just the bonehead things. The problem is the bonehead things are happening so frequent that they are drowning out everything else. But when you go turn on the tape, this dude is missing wide open wide receivers. And it ain't just one guy open. There was one play, he took a sack, and there was 3 guys open on the fucking field. You don't do these things. And they praise him for, like, oh, that run he had that when he went up to the 10-yard line and got out of sack. There was 3 people open on that play, and he got scared in the pocket and chose to run off. And everybody's like, that's a good play. No, he could have dumped these balls off to these 3 other wide receivers, had the first down and potentially a touchdown. And you missed Ridley on 3 touchdowns that I know of for sure. You missed him on 3 of them on the final drive when we could have tied up the game. There was 3 plays back to back. You missed Ridley wide open for a touchdown. I don't get the reads. I don't get it. It's too much at this point. I expected some things from him, but this is fucking ridiculous.
RJ, how you feel about it, man? How long of a leash do he got?
I'm gonna throw up something for y'all, man, so y'all can see it, man. The U, man. Hey, Cam Ward to them Tennessee Titans, man. I'm sorry, bro. The quarterback ain't it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, bro.
I was just watching highlights of Cam Ward today. Yep.
He can't. He's doing stuff that a normal regular quarterback should do. Like he shouldn't do, bro. Like I don't care that he's still in his rookie season. He's making high school mistakes, bro, out here, bro. Like I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm throwing up to you, man. Cal Ward, please come save us, bro. Because this ain't it, bro. Shador Sanders, man. You know, I ain't got no watch on, but I'll throw my wrist up or something, man. Please, man.
Oh, man.
Bro, it's just
at this point, bro. I'm sorry, bro. We're gonna do something we ain't never done before, bro, as a franchise, bro. I'm sorry. I know y'all ain't trying to hear that, all three of us, bro. But I watched that Sunday night game. Hey, we got to compete with that boy, man. We need a quarterback, bro. We're not going to beat him without no quarterback, dog. Yeah. He ain't going to be. What up, Mr. Titan? Yeah, I see you down there. Yeah, you already know.
Don't get me started on last night, man, because honest to God, true, watching Caleb Williams last night, man, made me feel good, but it also made me mad as fuck because I'm sitting here watching this dude, even though he's going through his growing pains as a rookie. He's doing the right shit in situations. I mean, when he's running, he's sliding. I mean, he's, throwing the ball out of bounds as much as he possibly can. Now, granted, Chicago, they couldn't get anything going, so he was taking some chances downfield, but don't mind that at all. The Will Levis shit, he wasn't doing any of that, man. That's why I say I was also pissed the hell off because I'm sitting up over here watching Caleb Williams do the simple shit right, but then we get to fucking Will Levis, this motherfucker down here on the goal line with points, sitting right there. Could have been 7, could have been 3. Turned out, if he would have took the sack, it would have been 3. So instead of taking a 3, he gives the points away. And his public defenders try to justify the shit, talking about, well, it's just 3 points. Those 3 points matter because guess what? The Jets would have had to coach the game differently. When they seen Levis fuck that game, fuck them 3 points up like that, guess what they was thinking? Oh, all we got to do is not turn the ball over. We got him. He ain't fixed none of his mistakes. And they didn't do anything special to beat us yesterday. They did not do anything special. Aaron Rodgers, he made a couple of Aaron Rodgers throws to some running backs. The wide receivers didn't do much of anything. I wasn't even worried about the wide receivers. What I was worried about, it happened. The defense gassed the fuck out because they were out on the field too long because the offense couldn't get anything going. Josh, I'm going to ask you about this right here because people been talking about it. I honestly think it's some bullshit, but Jeffrey Simmons, he had the penalty yesterday, which that led to 7 points. Do you put any blame at all on this defense for this loss?
Absolutely not. Anyone to suggest that is out of their freaking gourds and out of their minds because it's a correlation of what happened last year and to a certain extent in 2022. You can blame Vrabel for whatever coaching tendencies that we didn't like with him. But the one thing that we all credit for and everyone in the NFL world credit was that the defense was stout. If the offense would have averaged 24 or more points a game, the defense would have been able to hold up just a little bit longer and not break at the end of games that we've seen the last 2 years. This defense is built to hold teams to at least 24 points. And that should be enough in today's NFL. I mean, in today's NFL world where you can score at least 24, 28 points a game and come out with a win. This defense only gave up, I want to say, like, in terms of driving down the field, they only gave up, say 10 or like 17 points given up in terms of like driving the length of the field per se, because on that blocked punt, that resulted in 3 points, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Will Levis fumble that cost us at least 3 points. That's 10-point swing for you right there. I mean, that's a 6-point swing. And then you're scoring a touchdown to win the game, essentially. So this defense, I mean, this is the first I've ever heard of this, to be quite honest with you, my good friend. This is the first I've heard of us putting blame on defense. Everyone on their right mind knows that this offense needs to click, and that this defense, we're going to get our 3rd round pick back eventually. Whether it be this year or next year, Denard Wilson, unfortunately, but good for him, is going to be a head coach for somebody in this upcoming year or two. We are going to get that 3rd round pick back eventually for him, per the new NFL rules of hiring a black head coach or a minority head coach. That's in the CBA. Those are the rules. It is what it is. We are going to get that pick back. And while we still have him, we need to capitalize on this talent that we have on our defense. And another thing that I can't stand that people are putting blame on is the offensive line. To Firestone's point, before he's taking sacks, he has the moment to throw the ball to open receivers. This is 2nd week in a row that he misses Ridley in the middle of the field and then throws it for an interception. He missed Ridley in the middle of the field that led to the pick 6 in Chicago, and he missed Ridley in the middle field that he heaved it down to Traylon Burks. It's clear cut of who's to blame. If there had to be a second culprit of who to blame, it's the special teams for blocking. That's the only other culprit you can blame, because offensively, we were getting the ball down the field. We were protecting Levis as long as we can, per like this scrap heap of an O-line that we have with Latham, Skoronski, Cushenberry. You got Dylan Radins, who's actually been really well for us as a right guard, better than he's been in our previous games ever as a Titan. And MPF is holding. He's again, our right guard and right tackle can be interchangeable next year and the year after, of course. But for the time being, Bill Callahan is coaching the heck out of this offensive line. Brian Callahan is calling up the right schematic plays for this offense. It's up to the quarterback and Will Levis to click and find those guys. And again, anyone that wants to say Mason Rudolph should be the quarterback, everyone should know that this is Will Levis's audition year. We ride and die with him. The only way he gets in is the only way Mason Rudolph gets in is if he gets hurt, because this is the Will Levis do or die year, because he doesn't have a 5th-year option on his contract. This is a brand new coaching staff. They want to see, can he handle it? Can he be the guy? If not, we're quarterback hunting. We're quarterback hunting in 2025. Or if you want to play, tinfoil hat here, we'll keep 2 Levis for an extra year and then get up Arch Manning or Nico out of Tennessee. But I don't know. I want whoever's smoking what, if they think we can trade up for Nico or Arch Manning. But I think it's there because I believe, and someone said this to me on my podcast a while ago, is that I believe when he said to me that Amy Adams has given Rand and Brian Callahan 3 years. 3 years to figure this out, 3 years to put together a winner, 3 years to find a franchise quarterback. And right now, they're not going anywhere. And Will Levis is like, yeah, this is his show. We ride and die with him.
I disagree with a little bit there. If he comes out this next week against Malik and does this same shit he did in week 1 and week 2, best believe he's getting benched. I promise you he was getting benched, because at a point, there has to be a point where, yeah, we're developing a QB and we're figuring it out. But you also got to realize that there's 54, 53 other guys on this roster. And you're not going to let them all think that we're just going to sit here and let this dude continue to make plays like this, because it's going to hurt morale and ego in that locker room if you continue to start this guy and he keeps going in and week out with this little flick bullshit turnover shit. It's going to start. Jeffrey Simmons and him was already frustrated afterwards. Tyler Boyd, Calvin Ridley already told him, like, hey, we told Levis, just do your stuff, be you, just take care of the ball. And he doesn't take care of the ball. So there's going to be a point, like, we can't just ride out Lil Levis all year, because like you said, Callahan and Rand only have 3 years. You can't waste a year or 2 years with Will Levis thinking it up. You need to at least show like, hey, we're competent. We just need a better QB. We can't keep this guy in if he's going to keep doing this. You can't keep somebody in the game that's going to be a detriment to the team. And I'm going to show these little photos real quick. This is one pass to Ridley. He's open right there in the center. Levis does that 10-yard run shit on the like he's open. Here's another one. Open. He's right up there at the top of the screen. Open. Like just make these plays. Everybody keeps talking about the play calling and the defense. Sometimes when you have a QB or a player that constantly keeps fucking up and making the team be in bad spots, other players try to step up and make a play. Defenses is trying to make a turnover. Jeffrey ain't trying to get no penalty there, but he's trying to get a stop, trying to get a turnover, hit that ball. He missed, hits the face. You don't want that. But when you got a player like Will Levis out there playing and offense ain't doing shit but putting you in harm's way, other players try to make other plays, and sometimes that comes with penalties, and you can't go 4 and out coming out in the third quarter or starting this shit. Like 4 out of your 5 drives, you're 3 and out, and then Aaron Rodgers is putting long sustaining drives together. Defense is getting tired, so they're trying to blame Jeffrey for that flag. Then, Snead let this pass up, and you're talking about one pass because of all this shit that's been going. They're tired. They're out here running. Y'all can't sit here and keep kind of shift the blame. The blame is here on Levis. Callahan could call some better plays, but we know this is Callahan's second time calling plays in the NFL. This is Will Levis' 11th game and 2 games back-to-back. You've shown this bullshit and shown that you can't make a read. You are regressing right in front of our eyes. We saw you last year was like, okay, this is hopeful. Last week you had a good half. This week you had a good quarter. You're literally regressing in front of us. What do we got to do? How long do we got to sit here and still have shit like this going on for Will Levis over and over? Get it?
It's pretty ridiculous, man. We got a super chat, man, from our guy, Sportstacular. Hey, we appreciate you very much, man. You just don't know how much you turn us up, man.
Yeah.
But Sportstacular says Levis had Chig open as well on the scramble play. Man,
yeah.
God dang, man. Will was all over the place yesterday, and people try to say, well, he played better. You see that pass to Calvin Ridley? I don't give a fuck about that pass from Calvin Ridley, because guess what? He gave up points in the red zone doing the same dumbass shit he done last week. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and try to justify his foolishness. No. I'm not even calling for him to get bitched. Now, if he keep on doing this fuck shit, yes, he's going to get bitched. Why? Because the coach has to hold him accountable. There are plenty of other guys in that locker room. You don't think some shit is going through their heads right now? Like, man, I hope coach don't keep Will in here if he keep fucking up. And if he keep fucking up and the coach keeps him in there, guess what the players gonna start doing? The players are gonna start looking at the coaches all funny and shit. And hell, then you're right back at the same point that you were at last year. You're about to lose the locker room. But RJ, got a question for you. Do you have a problem with Callahan's play call?
I don't. I think he's calling the right plays, man. I haven't had a problem. I didn't have a problem with the preseason. I ain't had a problem with what I've seen. I just think that the quarterback isn't making the play. I mean, it's simple as that. He's just not making the plays, man, and he's not doing enough. At this point, man, I'm ready to ride it out with Will, man, until the end. But at the same time, man, I know in the back of my head, because once he hit that flick, like everybody was ecstatic at the stadium, hype. You know what I'm saying? He did that flick play. He took all the air out the stadium. He was like, yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody made that same thought when he did it again. Everybody had that same thought in their head, a Titan fan, when he did it again.
Stadium was dead.
Yeah, we was all like, bro, he really did it again, bro. Again. He did it again. And you know what I'm saying? And I just, like, it killed my whole first half. You know, he started playing a little bit better in the second half, but it killed my whole first half, bro, when he did that, man. I was just like, oh, my gosh. I'm like, it's just sad, bro. It's just sad looking at it, because it's like we can never just find the guy at quarterback, man. And we all want Will Levis to be the guy, because we like him as a person. You know what I'm saying? We like the rah-rah mentality that he has. We like everything about it. We like his arm strength. You know what I'm saying? All this other stuff, man. It's just that he do bonehead stuff. And I was telling people that, you know, in my opinion, And when we get to a game that's on the line, like we get to the playoffs, say we make it to the playoffs with him. Say we, you know what I'm saying, we just turn it around and we get to the playoffs with this kid, man. He's going to do it again. He's going to do it again, bro. Because in the playoffs, the real you comes out. You know, we learned that the hard way with Ryan Tannehill. The real you comes out in the playoffs. And he's going to do it again. He can sit there and mask this little bonehead stuff he can do for about 6-7 games. 10, 9, 8, you know, all these games, bro. But when he gets to the playoffs, the real him's going to come out, bro. And we've already seen what the real him is. And I already know it, man. I know it, bro. I know it in the back of my head. He gonna break all our hearts.
So
he gonna break all our hearts.
I got 2 questions for y'all. One, have you noticed since we started this podcast, we have not had a winning season as a Tennessee Titans? Do you think we're the problems?
Yeah, we started podcast. We were 7-3.
Something, bro. There has to be a curse or something why we can't figure out a QB. Now, I'm gonna bring up this graphic because they, Callahan said what he said about the play, and we all saw that, and we saw what Will Levis said. I have to rewire my brain to make sure that when I'm in those situations, I'm not making those decisions. That was highly alarming for me to hear from him because this ain't 21, 22, 23-year-old guy. This is 25. You're the oldest dude in the AFC South, and we expected you to at least be mentally there. And now you're telling us how I have to rewire my brain so I don't do shit that puts the team at risk. That shit should have been taught in high school. So was that something alarming to y'all when you hear him say, I got to rewire my mind to not do dumb shit to hurt the team?
You want to take the look at RJ, man. But Callie, I'm gonna just keep it real. Yeah, Callie got some trust issues and Will Levis.
Yeah.
And honest to God, truth, I don't blame him for having trust issues. Shit, I had trust issues too if this motherfucker keep on doing the same dumbass shit 2 weeks in a row. I mean, I know y'all saw Callie on the sideline when he done the shit or whatever. You seen him, what the fuck are you doing? And man,
at least he didn't give him the finger like our old defensive coordinator on live TV.
Yeah, I mean, Will Levis, he keep on saying all the right shit after he do the dumb shit. But like I told y'all last week, I don't give a fuck what you say in the press conferences. I give a fuck what you do on Sundays. And right now, he's not doing his damn job on Sundays.
Yep.
Hey, let him get his quarterback, man, because I know what quarterback he gonna pick, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, Miami.
It's fun. Miami. It's fun to fantasize. I watched the Cam Ward highlights, and to rebut the Firestone, Will Levis can have 3 straight games of throwing 5 interceptions. He is not going to get benched. That's just what I personally believe because they need a big enough sample size to say to Amy before they even think about going to Mason Rudolph to say, hey, this is not working with Will Levis. We're going to go with Mason. And then if we have like a subpar year, because Mason's not our future franchise quarterback.
People realize that they keep on they're going to
get a big enough sample size to where they say, hey, this is what Will Levis has given us. He has not done well since his opener with 4 touchdowns, only about 5 or 6 total touchdowns, 6 the Falcons game. We got to trade up if we have to. We got to go move heaven and earth to trade up in the draft to get our franchise quarterback. Or else we are going to just continue to mire ourselves in the worst possible position any fan can ever think of is mediocrity. Not good enough to win it all, not bad enough to draft the best players available. So that's been the Titans since 2010 is mediocrity.
It's time, man. That's our problem. That's our problem, though. We keep being mediocre, bro. If we could just fuck around and be trash, bro, and we picking the top 5 to get a real quarterback, bro. You won't have these problems, bro.
That's sad as fuck to say.
Yes, bro. We keep trying to be 9-8. Like, bro, we ain't gonna get no good quarterback. Like, we need a quarterback, bro. Hey, you're not gonna get no. Look at the Texans. They tanked, bro. How you think they got CJ, bro? You think they got CJ because they freaking
got CJ by accident,
bad, bro?
They got CJ by accident. They wanted Bryce Young.
Yeah.
So Lovie Smith gave him a gift. They should be sending him royalties for
It don't
winning that
matter, bro.
game.
They put themselves in position to get CJ Stroud because they tanked, bro. You get blessed for tanking, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not like people. You think the Colts got Peyton Manning because they were just bad, bro? We just decided it would just be bad. Like, no, bro. They tanked. And it worked. All we gotta do is do it, man. For one time, bro.
Bro, and I'll remember, Amy put out that statement after firing Vrabel. This is not my daddy's team. So how things have been run, hopefully it will change. So
bullshit. No, I ain't talking to you.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
But in this situation, I would normally agree with you, like, hey, we need more to show. But when you constantly are losing the game for the team and you're becoming the meme generator constantly for social media and you're becoming more of a laughing stock and you're trying to turn this page and we're already trying to get this Houston loss last year and the Oilers jersey gone and now you're doing this shit on top of it. Miss Amy's not happy. They're investing a lot in that social media campaign that they've been doing over there, and a lot of shit ain't been able to fly lately because of what Will Levis has been doing, and is being a detriment to her fan base and a detriment to her money that she's been trying to make this year, especially saying, hey, we got a new stadium coming up and we just pitched the city to help us pay for the stadium. You can't keep leaving Will Levis in and let the stadium was already empty there. You continue to play like this, you're not going to have nobody in the stadium at the home games. Brian and Will Levis already say, hey, we need y'all here for the support. You keep fucking playing like this, nobody's going to be there. You're going to be playing in front of away teams. It's going to be Taylor Lewan again saying, hey, home games feel like away games. Like, you got to do something. You can't keep doing this.
I ain't gonna lie. I would think about selling my tickets, man.
I'm glad
I ain't gonna do that, but I'm saying, like, dang, bro, I was in that stadium like, bro, this is depressing, bro. We ain't got no quarterback, bro, and like Aaron Rodgers just throwing dimes. And I'm like, hey, man, like, we can't respond, bro. I don't trust Davis to respond to nothing, bro. If he loses Malik Willis, bro, I'm on the tank train, bro. So I'm on it.
To Malik Willis
I'm all aboard.
Would be the most Titan thing ever to do if we lose to Malik.
We haven't beat a single former player or coach yet. Realize Todd Downing was on the Jets and we lost. Kevin Byard was on the Bears. We lost.
Yeah. And so is their offensive line coach, Carter.
Correct. We do not beat him. Yes. So the fact that we're playing Malik Willis next week, I have less confidence because we don't beat these guys.
I totally forgot about Downing.
Malik Willis, bro. I promise you, bro, this is going to be a 2-hour podcast, bro. My goodness, this podcast is gonna be terrible. We're gonna have about 600 people on this time, bro.
It's not even gonna be surprising at all if the Titans go ahead to lose.
No.
We already at freaking 400 people right now. Like,
we lose to Malik and a Ryan Tannehill freshly signed quarterback back with the Dolphins.
Oh, bro,
that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
They
allow them goddamn how to tank my damn self. And y'all
they got
know
Tyler Huntley.
I'm not with that tanking shit at all.
Oh yeah, they did get Tyler Huntley.
They got Tyler Huntley. Okay. Man, maybe we go 2-2 going to the bye week, man. I'm about around when my prediction was because I had us starting the season out 2-4. I just didn't think Will Levis was gonna play this freaking bad. Like, I didn't know he was gonna play this bad. I said 2-4, and then we were gonna turn around and go 9-8, bro. So so far it looks like my prediction might be right. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Fuck my prediction. My shit's way the fuck off. I was not expecting Will to do this shit. My shit looks more like Adam Ranks right now. Fuck that shit.
I'm gonna keep it 100 though. I was right about them Jags and Colts though, bro. I told y'all they were garbage.
Man.
I knew they were garbage, bro. They didn't want to listen to me.
And RJ, you talking about quarterbacks, man? We've been have to outtake some of the most tanking teams there is, because you know the Colts are tanking the damn second. They look like they headed that way down. And the Jag shit, they do the shit and they don't do it on purpose. They just got them just all out suck. I mean, they went paid this man Trevor Lawrence all this damn money, and this motherfucker, hell, did he even pass for 200 yards yesterday?
Nah, he went 14 for 30, bro, for like 140-yard passing, bro.
Had 120 something in week 1.
He had 16 yards passing at halftime, bro.
Damn.
They paying $270 million for that right there. And Jags fan just sitting up over here talking about we need to fire Doug Peterson. Nah, y'all need to stop paying. Y'all need to stop overpaying, motherfuckers.
Bro, and that's another thing why we gotta be so crucial in Will Levis too. It ain't just, this is a second round QB, give him time. No. when we re-sign him and give him a contract, if we give him a contract, it's going to be 50, 60 million a year. Like that's the where we have to judge them. These QB contracts are high as shit. So because you're getting paid so high, your talent in the play you put on the field better be extremely high too, because you're taking a huge chunk of our cap space. You better perform. You can't come out here and be Trevor Lawrence and taking up 50-something million a year. You can't do that shit. So this is even more why we got to figure this shit out and not waste too much time on Will Levis, because Will Levis can set us back to 2 or 3 years. If we wait too long, we're going to be a Mariota shit situation again.
Man, Will Levis look like all of trash quarterbacks that we'd have had in the past. I'm just going to keep it real, man. Everything Will Levis is doing, I guarantee you that one of them quarterbacks done the same shit outside of the throwing out a sack bullshit. I haven't seen that. That's some old new ass shit. I guess it just comes from that gunslinger shit. He think he can throw his way up out of every situation. What you think about it, Josh, man? Will Levis and that gunslinger mindset. Are you over gunslingers, matter of fact?
I was just recently watching a top 10 NFL video, and it talked about bitter endings, and Brett Favre was number 3 or 2 on the. He was number 3 on the list. Brett Favre was one of my favorite quarterbacks growing up as a kid, and he was the ultimate gunslinger. He led the NFL in touchdowns. He also led the NFL in interceptions. That was good for a time in the NFL. That is not good in today's NFL. You will quickly get chewed out and roasted for doing such things, and you are not Patrick Mahomes either. And whatever magic he's got with Travis and Taylor Swift, we don't got that here in Tennessee because gunslinger. It's fun. It's fun to see when it works. It's frustrating to see when it doesn't work. It's a double-edged sword. Funny enough, with us being the Titans, we have a sword as a logo. So double-edged sword for a gunslinger to be like to be in the NFL today. Like off the top of my head, like I can't think of like your prototypical gunslinger type of quarterback that's successful. Maybe Patrick Mahomes is the only one up there. Aaron Rodgers back in the day, but we've seen this season and on Sunday, age is catching up to him, and he's still.
Would you even consider those two gunslingers though? I mean, with Pat,
yeah,
I look at Pat and Aaron Rodgers as dudes who got elite arm talent. Or whatnot. I don't look at them like, they got the strongest arms and they think they can make, any pass no matter how much coverage is on the wide receiver. I don't look at them like that. Now, Brett Favre and Will Levis, Matt Stafford, guys like that, Josh Allen, Jay Cutler, them are the true gunslingers. Those are the motherfuckers who think the strength of their arm is going to cut through every motherfucking coverage and get to their wide receiver.
Well, Matt Stafford has a Super Bowl, so he can kick his feet up for that. But everyone else, to your point,
Levis he got to fix up here, bro. He got everything else.
It's the Malik Willis situation where it was the Malik Willis situation all over again. Where in camp he's asked, "Hey, I know what's the right read, but my brain is not matching my feet." With Will Levis, his brain is not matching like his whatever read he's supposed to throw to, with Ridley and Callahan calling the play up for him. So he may be seeing something, like he'll look back on film and say, gosh darn, I should have thrown to Ridley over the middle of the field week 1. Then he'll say the same thing again. And I feel like we're going to keep going on this turnstile, this all over again. Hey, things can change on that. I'm old enough as a Titan fan to remember we started out 0-6 and we were 1 game away from being in the wild card spot in 2009 when Vince Young came in after the 0-6 start. I'm old enough to remember that we had a horrid start in 2001 or 2, I believe, and then we went to the AFC Championship game versus the Raiders. So this franchise has done it before in the past. So I can't rule anything out because I can't rule anything out because 1 week will look like we stink, bottom feeders, and then the next week we'll look like world beaters. Like, how did we win against this team? Is the narrative. So,
But that's the issue, though. That used to be the narrative. That's not the narrative now because it's Brian Callahan. And right now, the new era is we give fucking games away. We don't look like world beaters at anything we're doing other than defense.
it's
And
not the most
everything
fun
else
thing to
looks-
do, though.
I like Brian. I hope they keep Brian Callahan, man, and let him learn and take these lumps as a head coach, man. But he got to be able to pick his quarterback, bro. Because right now, bro, I can't really assess what he is as a coach, bro, with this quarterback, bro. I'm sorry, he's missing all type of reads, bro. And I'm we can go ahead.
Yo, we got a super chat from Andre Button in the building, man. Shout out to Andre watching tonight. Hey, Andre says if Levis keeps it up, it seems like we need a quarterback the year after or before a good class. 24 looks better than 23, and 26 looks to be better than 25. Yeah, man. Even though I haven't really looked at
Arch, yeah,
even though I haven't really looked at
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all.
I don't. Nah,
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, bro. They do this every year, bro. Every year is, oh man, the next quarterback class gonna be amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like they do this every year. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a Vols fan, so I know Nico like that. You know what I'm saying? I know Arch is probably gonna be like that. For what I've seen from Arch, he's gonna be good. But at the same time, man, you don't know what these quarterbacks that are coming out now are going to be in the league, because I think Quinn Ewers is good. I think Cam Ward's good. I think Shador could be good. You know what I'm saying? He might need a little bit more developing. You know, Carson Beck, maybe. I don't know what Carson Beck will be in the league. You know what I'm saying? You never know what any of these quarterbacks in the league. But I ain't going to put them over Nico and Arch, in my opinion. But you don't know where they are in the league. The league is a different animal, as we can see.
Yeah,
I'm not sold on these quarterbacks coming out this year, man. I mean, shoot, we in such a messed up situation because, I mean, these quarterbacks that's coming out, I mean, God, I just don't want the Titans tanking for that right there. If it came down to it, you know, go for another position. Yeah, go for a wide receiver. Go for the top wide receiver. Go for the top edge rushers. Go for another cornerback. Anything but draft one of those quarterbacks. Now, what we do at quarterback in 2025, if Will Levis don't get this shit together, well, you may have to roll with a Mason Rudolph. Hell, honest to God, true, I don't got much faith in Mason Rudolph. I mean, I only agree with bringing Mason Rudolph in as a form of holding Will Levis accountable. But Sam Darnold, man, balling up over there with the Vikings, though, man. Did you see that coming?
I ain't sold on that,
with the Panthers. He started 3-0 with the Panthers.
I'm not sold on that, bro. The Vikings about to fall apart, bro.
They got Baker Mayfield next year. So
yeah, there's some teams, bro. There's some fake 2-0s right now, like the Chargers, bro. Freaking they 2-0. Freaking the Vikings 2-0.
I can't call them by no fake 2-0. I'll take being the fake 2-0 over Will Levis and his bullshit and 0-2 any day.
Yeah, this is a really good wide receiver class because I do like McMillan, I do like Luther Burton, and I do like Travis Hunter, man. So all three of those guys, man, those are probably the top 3 wide receivers right now. And I'm sure the college football world, bro, there's 150 million wide receivers, man. And also, you know, my boy James Pierce is out there too. We do need somebody to put next to Landry, bro. You know, because Landry's having a good year, man. I would love somebody to be on the other side of Landry because goddamn Arden Key ain't doing nothing. He's garbage.
Jay, I got to get on to you for a second. Do you want to trade Harold Landry?
I said I wanted to trade him if he didn't live up to the contract, man. See, I need y'all to go back and watch that video, man. If he didn't live up to the contract, then I say trade him. But not right now. He's living up to it. And he's shutting me up. He's living up to it. Rand Carthon probably ain't looking at the contract right now. But let him go 3-4 games without getting the sack. RJ will be back on this podcast saying, okay, so how y'all feeling about that Landry contract? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said it yesterday, man, in Tennessee Titans Elite. I said, God dang it, 14.5 at first, but I'm upping it, 16.5. That's what Harold Landry's shooting for this season.
Yeah.
But
I just know, bro. Do you think, like we've talked about, like Brian Callahan losing faith and trust in Will Levis. But after that last press conference, does Will Levis look like he's starting to lose some trust? Because we saw that week 1 after he did all that foolishness. Then he came back in Wednesday and said, I ain't need to watch no tape. I don't need to change nothing. I look good. Gave that Christian Fulton bullshit ass answer. I look technically sound type shit. No, the fuck you didn't. Then you come out week 2 and do this shit again. You better not come out here Wednesday and talk about, after I looked on the tape, I just think I still need to be me. No. 2 weeks in a row, we've seen who the fuck you are. We do not need that. That is not what we need to see. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You come out here and do this shit a third time. There's no sense in keep on saying, hey, this isn't me. No, this is what you're putting on the field. Some people practice really well and it looks good, but then when the game lights come on, it just doesn't click. So I don't. Do y'all think like he's starting to lose confidence after how he looked after the loss to the Jets?
Gosh, that one on you.
All right. Yeah. Short, quick answer is how do I say this nicely? I'm a good Christian man, so how do I say this nicely? Arrogance is twofold. What I mean by that is, what was the one thing we wish Mariota was more of? We wish that he jabbed his mouth a little bit more off the field and on the field. He was more of a quiet quarterback. We get the solar opposite of that in Will Levis. And when you are putting it together, you don't care what he says. You actually love what he says. When it works, when it's not working, he comes across as an arrogant fool. He comes across as a moron. And yeah, he needs to have, he can believe what he wants in private, off camera, off the podium. He can say or do whatever he wants off camera. You do not want to, you have to save face. We don't like quarterback talk. We hate coach talk. So, especially with Brian Callahan, shooting it like a straight arrow, calling it balls and strikes and not sugarcoat anything. But for Will Levis' sake this week, he needs to do quarterback talk and say, yep, I messed up and it's on me. I'm going to rewatch the tape with Mason Rudolph in our quarterback room that we got in our offices. Nice couch and everything, nice TV. I got a nice drink right next to me, and we're going to review the tape. And yes, I messed up, and we're going to correct our mistakes going forward, and hopefully won't repeat those mistakes going forward versus the Packers. If he says a scintilla of something similar this week, it will raise the red flag for me. So, as a fan, for volunteer fans, their red flags were already raised based on his play at Kentucky. So I'm starting to become more and more convinced, the more volunteer fans want to rant in my ear about Hendon Hooker versus Will Levis, I'm starting to buy into it a little bit. The more Will Levis shows this last year of Kentucky in him, the same guy that lost to Sean Clifford at Penn State, the more that Will Levis pops out in the pressers and on the field, I'm starting to buy back into maybe we should have drafted Hendon Hooker. Maybe we should have just taken the fly with him versus Will Levis and not sending that 3rd round pick to Arizona back in 2013. Maybe we should.
They didn't want to listen to me, bro. I said
He definitely
I didn't want to listen to me. I tried to tell y'all to draft Hendon Hooker, man. I said Hendon Hooker would have won. We'd be 2-0 right now if we had Hooker, because I know Hooker gonna make them plays. He gonna make all.
He gonna manage the game. Most important.
He'll manage the game, and he'll make plays when you need to make a fucking play. I'm telling you.
But yeah, let me get to the super chat real quick, man. From Brandon, shout out to Brandon for the super chat, man. We really do appreciate it. Said Kendrick Lamar voice, back to back. I hate our record, man. Look, man, our record is. That's all I can say about it, man. But hopefully, Will Levis cleans his act up. We fix all other problems, and hopefully, we sitting here in December or January talking about we're in the playoff mix. But do we have any confidence in that? Fuck no.
Not right now. Nope.
Bro, that's highly optimistic. That is highly optimistic at this point. At this point, we're gonna make playoffs.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna bank on that happening, man. But we talked about. Go ahead, Firestone.
No, you was gonna change subject. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we talked about Malik Willis earlier And I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna give this one to RJ, man. Why should Malik Willis be taken seriously going into Sunday's game against the Packers?
Because Malik Willis got something to prove. That's why. Well, he finna ball out. I don't know about John. Malik Willis coming to play, bro. Do you just think if you were Malik, bro? They didn't ever believe in me, bro. They never gave me a chance to be the guy. They never, you know what I'm saying? They never wanted me, this, that, and the other, man. And they traded me to another team, and I'm starting, and I'm about to play against this team. Oh yeah, I'm finna cook. I'm finna show them every reason why they shouldn't have traded me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Malik Willis about to cook, bro. I don't know about y'all. We cannot lose this game, bro. We cannot lose this game. We lose this game, bro. RJ is all aboard the tank train. These podcasts gonna get harder and harder. We ain't gonna be able to talk no trash, nothing. Hey, I don't want to hear I don't want to see no Titan fan posted in the AFC South war zone, bro. If we freaking lose to Malik Willis, bro. Like, we traded a guy and then he turned around and beat us, bro. Like, nah, bro. Like, there's nothing we can say, bro.
Bro, and I'll say to that too, that we if I'm Brian Callahan and we're trying to, like, your new play caller, your new head coach, I get you still want to take your shots down the field like you said in the presser, but stop it. Just stop it. until Will Levis gets his accuracy and his vision right. Take a page out of the Green Bay Packers book last week. Run the ball, get creative in those ways. And when it's time for you to need to throw a 1-2 read, if it ain't there, run. Even then, 1-2 read. But if this defensive player is in this defensive spot, fuck 1-2 run. Like, simplify this shit for Will Levis. 1-2 read, run. That's all we got to do. And when you run, get the fuck down. Like, we can't let him consistently do these things. You got to get him some type of confidence. You got to play some. And I think what Green Bay did last week with Malik Willis was a textbook example of what we need to start doing with Will Levis until he either gets his deep accuracy, they get him better at seeing the field. A lot of changes needs to happen before I feel confident to let this dude rip the ball down the field, because it came to a point last week by the second quarter when he started throwing those balls deep, I cringed and I wasn't happy. Like, oh yeah, Will Levis. And I was like, oh shit, here it goes again. I don't like it. Even that Ridley touchdown he got with two dudes, that should have been picked. That was a horrible throw. Underthrown it like a motherfucker.
Week one pass should have been intercepted, possibly.
It's just horrible throws that he constantly does over and over again. It's not there for you to sit here and give this guy free range to chunk the ball down the field when him and Ridley ain't had it. And his deep accuracy, we've heard all preseason, all OTAs, all training camp, his deep accuracy just ain't been there. Why keep doing it? Just simplify it. Let this dude get shorter stuff, dink and dunk down the field. We'll figure this shit out later, but we got to build some confidence or something.
Shoot my mics off. But Firestar, man, you definitely spoke some truth on this situation right there, man. And about Malik Willis and how Green Bay is treating him, they're simply just running the football. They are running the hell out of the football. And whenever they have to pass, they pass the ball in a way that fits Malik's playing style. And Callahan, he's trying to do the same thing with Will Levis, but Will Levis don't want to behave himself. And I ain't gonna lie, Firestar, they got me thinking. I'm not saying Malik Willis is a better quarterback than Will Levis, even though he was yesterday. But do you think Malik Willis is more coachable than Will Levis?
At this point, it kind of looks like it, right? Like, we saw Malik in the variable system, which we had our doubts that, like, hey, you can't develop a QB, and it constantly looked the same. Then you saw him come in this Brian Callahan system this preseason. You look comfortable. There's some things that still wasn't there that we still had questions about, but you definitely look better. You definitely look more comfortable. You definitely started actually pulling the trigger on some of your throws. Then we see you go to Green Bay. You do this. You have one bad throw. I didn't like how you did. It still completed and they made it, but the DB should have undercut it and got it. And as an interception, that should have been a pick six, but the DB just didn't calculate that angle right. But still was a good throw if he would have put it out a little bit more, but he didn't have many of those. It's just that one. So in this situation, you see Malik growing and becoming better, where you see Will Levis regressing. Like we said, like last week was a good half. This week is a good quarter. Like you're not doing it. Ever since that Atlanta debut, you have done worse slowly each week you start, and that shouldn't be the case. So as of right now, how things are playing, that is a good question to have. Is Malik better and more coachable than Will Levis? And right now it kind of seems like it, because Will Levis is constantly not sliding, constantly putting the ball in jeopardy, constantly not saying all the things that coaches are asking him, he's not doing. And Brian Callahan even said on week 1, before he did that little flick 6 shit, he told him right before the play, don't go out there and put the ball in game in jeopardy. And literally the next play he does it. I don't know if that's not uncoachable. I don't know what really is. Like, I literally just told you not to do this and you went and did it. Like, how?
How do you feel about it, RJ, man? Do you believe Malik Willis is more coachable than Will Levis?
That's a tough question, man. Because this man, Will Levis is hard headed, bro. Like, it's just hard for me to say that he's more coachable, bro. Because I mean, he's not getting better. I've seen Malik Willis get better. He got better from last year to this year. Malik Willis in the preseason was absolute fire to watch. For some reason, we didn't want to keep him. I don't get it. I mean, we watched him. Morocco. Oh yeah, you didn't go out there with us, bro. But we was watching him at the practice. He looked like the better quarterback than Levis out there. He like the better quarterback, bro. I mean, I'm being for real, man. When we went to that practice, bro, and we was watching open practice, bro, you go back and watch Malik, bro. He was throwing back shoulder throws. He was hitting all the reads. I mean, he didn't incomplete a whole pass, bro, when he was out there, bro. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, man. If he come out here and outperform Will Levis, bro, I'm gonna be so embarrassed as a Titans fan, bro. There's nothing I can do to defend him. There's nothing I can do. The NFL is gonna have their day with them, bro. If we lose this game,
Cora said it too. Malik was cooking in practice.
He was cooking, bro.
What you think about it, man? Is Malik Willis more coachable than Will Levis?
If we see Malik Willis not outplay, outthrow Will Levis, every single Titan hating Malik Willis person should be coming home to roost for every negative thing they've said about the man, because personally, he does not deserve it. I've had the pleasure of actually seeing Malik Willis in person when he was at Liberty during my days at Old Dominion University. So and he slaughtered us. No surprise there. ODU football sucks. Besides when they played Virginia Tech. Except for this past weekend, they actually got stomped. Back to Malik Willis. I mean, in the Packers, is he more coachable based on what we've seen this year? Yes. Based on what if we're going to take Brian Callahan's words as the gospel, yeah. I mean, there are so many situations where. At my job, I'm asked to help train volunteers, and I know they're volunteers and they don't have the skill set I do, but I tell them, hey, do this. Like, I try to simplify for them, do this and this and that, and you'll be running through the hills. You'll be doing great. And then they do the opposite, and I'm like trying to keep myself composed. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't say that to them. I'm like, let's go over this again. We're going to do point A, point B, point C, and so on and so forth. And they repeat the same mistake. I'm like, you've got to be. Oh, my God. Malik Willis, yes. I think they're going to very simplify it with him. They're going to run the ball up the wazoo, and it's going to put cracks into our defense if Will Levis does not capitalize on offense and score touchdowns. If we start scoring touchdowns like we're supposed to, and not turn the ball over in the red zone because of Carson Wentz as our quarterback, then we are going to win the game, because that's going to force Malik Willis to throw the football, which is not his strong suit that we have not seen consistently. Now, if Liberty Malik comes out and he's flinging the ball down the field in Nashville, I'm going to be devastated as a Titan fan, but I will be happy for him. Because I'm like, that's the guy that I thought we were going to get when we drafted him in the 3rd round. That's the guy I thought we were going to get. And Mike Vrabel and Todd Downing and Tim Kelly ruined the man. But Brian Callahan was able to get draft compensation out of him. out of nothing, essentially, when he first came in. But for Will Levis's sake, this better be a big rebound game for him. If not, he will not hear the end of it in fandom. He will not hear the end of it.
Now,
So, yeah.
I'll throw this out there too. That something we haven't brought up either. That's kind of impactful for this game too. Is that I think the last time we played Packers, right? Ain't that when Burks had that play on Alexander?
Yep. Thursday night football.
They have a little bit more get back on top of. Hey, no, it's not just hey Malik, you got traded. These motherfuckers got us last time, and they've been talking about that shit. They rolled out of there, DUI downing night, all that shit. They ain't forget that point neither. So they're Packers already had motivation to want to come in here and win this game. Now you got Malik on top of it. That's what makes me worried because normally I'm like, yeah, we know how Malik wants to do this. Brian Callahan's admitted several times he doesn't know much about Malik Willis. They haven't scouted. They wasn't paying attention much to him. He's kind of unknown to this coaching staff. They don't know what he's going to be. If this was Vrabel and them here, oh, yeah, they would lock his ass up and it wouldn't be shit he would be wanting to do. But I'm not sure Brian and them will be able to do this. I'm confident Denard will put a game plan together. But Matt LaFleur has been a good head coach for the Green Bay Packers, and it almost kind of makes you go back down memory lane or back in history when you're a Titans fan and be like, did we fuck up hiring Vrabel at first and putting LaFleur as the offensive coordinator when we were looking at both of them as head coaches when we should have probably hired Matt LaFleur as a head coach and Vrabel as a defensive coordinator?
And see, I want to touch on a couple of your points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The first point, LaFleur probably already feels like he should be the Titans head coach right now.
Yeah,
and then you got the whole little shit of how he was treated by Vrabel while he was here, and then the consistent trolling in those games against Green Bay, and ironically, he ends up with Malik Willis. I mean, all of this right here isn't, by coincidence. I mean, I just think all of this has been orchestrated, and LaFleur really has something against the Titans, and it would not surprise me if he comes out here Sunday and says, you know what? I know how damn good this Titans defense is, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to run the motherfucking football. I'm going to make Malik protect the football because I know as long as we don't turn the ball over, we going to beat they motherfucking ass.
Yeah, that's the sad reality.
Bro. It's sad, bro. It's a sad reality we living in, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's sad reality. Well, we turn the ball over too much.
Yeah,
but that's how teams looking at us right now, man.
Yeah.
They looking at us.
They
like
got a defense too, bro. Like the Packers
Yeah.
defense is good, bro. I don't know why people are sleeping on them. Like they can win this game off defense and just running the football and protecting the ball.
Here's a question for everybody. How many points are we going to score?
Shit,
17.
17.
We're going to score 17?
17.
Hell
17 or under. You know the Titans like them,
Who's
young.
going to win the game for us? How many points do we have to score to win the game?
Shit.
over
More than
17.
17.
You better hope our defense can hold them under 17 points because we can't. We ain't winning this game.
Bro, I promise you, it could be 18
We need to
points.
score-
We're probably gonna
We
win.
need to score at least 22 points to win this game, I think.
Bro, it's so
I
bad,
see this
bro.
thing one of those hard-fought, slow games where everybody's kind of going 3 and out. We're running, they're running. They don't want to really put it in Malik's hand. We're still scared of what the fuck Will Levis is going to do, and this is a pivotal moment for us. If we lose this game, I see this being an ugly, boring-ass 10-3 type bullshit of like 100+ rushes from both teams combined. Like this is not going to be a fun game to watch. It's going to be brutal.
Man,
That
this
is gonna
damn
be
near
an
gonna
ugly
be Jeff
football game.
Griffin versus
Yeah.
Mark.
This is gonna be an ugly
Right,
football
right.
game, bro. I'm gonna just keep it.
And the
100
thing
with
about
y'all.
this, these coaches don't even want to play like that. They're only playing like this because of the quarterbacks they have. I'm not really convinced that Callahan is this run, pass guy. No, he stood up there and said it. Like the way to win in this league is to pass the football. But when you got a quarterback you can't trust, is you really gonna sit up here and try to sling the ball 35, 40 times a game? No, he's out there trying to win football games. That's the only thing he gives a fuck about because that's the only thing that's going to keep him employed. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about tonight?
I do have one thing. I do have one thing to say. I'm going to list you off a bevy of quarterbacks, and you tell me if we are 2-0 with these quarterbacks. Tony Romo. Are we 2-0? Yes or no?
Yes.
In his prime, yeah.
Jay Cutler.
No.
Yes.
That's hard. Man, Jay
No.
was cool. Jay just wasn't cool in them big games.
We are 2-0 if we have Taylor Heineke as our quarterback right now. So
I agree with
I
that.
can go down the list of quarterbacks that I either despise or were subpar since 2005 that could have this team at 2-0 just because of better decision making. Vince Young on this team, 2009 Vince Young on this team would have this team at 2-0. Jake Locker of all quarterbacks would have this team at 2-0. Certainly Marcus Mariota would have this team at 2-0. The mistakes that have lost us these games are that preventable is the most frustrating thing about watching Will Levis.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about Will Levis. There's that. He's got it in him, but he's making moronic decisions that have made us 0-2. We have a great we have a great O-line. We have the receivers around him. And for the topic that we had for our defense earlier in the show about like should the defense be to blame, one thing I didn't notice all Sunday after we lost is that no one talked about Snead, no one talked about Cheeto, no one talked about Roger McCreary, no one talked about our linebackers, no one talked about our D-line, no one talked about our safeties. Why? Because they did their jobs. They did their jobs and held their own as much as they could.
Yeah, bro. If facts, like Snead in that first week was upset because he gave up 2 catches for 18 yards and he said, I played like shit. No, the fuck you didn't, bro. We appreciate that play so much right now. Could you probably do better and that's not your expectations? Cool, but 2 for 18 is, bro, we are happy. They usually get 18 yards and 1 catch on one of our DBs, if not 30 plus yards on them motherfuckers. We
Bolton, anybody?
But I did want to run these clips I got from all 22 before we head out of here, just so you see some of these things. I know Titans fans are tired of this shit, but we got to be honest with ourselves. We got to go back and look at tape and see some of these things and evaluate it fairly because we got Will Levis. This is the situation we're in. And this is this will be the one with Traylon Burks going deep.
I'm watching Calvin Ridley the whole time.
Yep, watch. Look, bro, look at that opening whole time. The whole center, center of the field's open the whole time.
Threw in the double coverage, but it's not Will Levis' fault. That's on Burks.
Bro, yeah, linebacker step up, and then look, Burks is running directly to the safety. He's not running straight. He's running beelining for the fucking safety. Yeah. And then he turns it out a little bit here. It's like you didn't even run take the fucking underneath. Just fucking take it.
He's at least catch that and get into the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and then the net is even underneath that's open, and there's only 2-3 guys on that side of the field. Anybody that catches the ball on that side of the field is going to make a play. There's so you see Vanette and Ridley in the background. Look, running back there. They're wide there, like, bro.
And really keep on defending the man, in which that's what he's supposed to do. But at some point, Ridley is a truth teller. And he's going to mess around and tell the truth about Will Levis. So and Levis either better get it together or Callahan going to have to get him up out of there to save their team.
Yeah, and then see, like, just reads D-Hop open and you're going to take a sack, like, or Boyd. Like, I know it's not the biggest open of a window that you want to see, but
it's NFL open.
Correct. He got to make you just drop that thing on him, get your little 5-6 yards right there. He's in, book it, hit him. And then if you notice too at the top, Ridley's open up here up top. Hit it right here at this 10-yard line. Let him go get the ball. No sense.
And our O-line, it's still struggling, but at the same time, it's not struggling to the point
it's not
last season or the season before that. I mean, they're giving Will Levis enough time to make a rational decision.
Yep.
Just enough time. Look at RJ. I knew you put that comment up there. Karen Ward in the future. I'm going to have to check Karen Ward out, man. I mean, I would rather for them to get his shit together. But
he really did look good versus Florida. Yeah.
Bro,
yeah, I gotta prepare for whatever.
bro, and this play probably hurts me the most. Like, why the fuck do you throw this one? If you remember, this is the one where he throws the ball into the defender's helmet when they're on a route. Like, look, he is on.
That happened.
Yeah, man.
Bro,
Hold
he's
on
on
here,
the whole fucking
Man,
Oh.
I was at the game. I saw that, man. I looked at my coach.
that's
I was
not
like,
like that
what
Bryce
the
Young
fuck
bitch.
is he throwing it? Like, dude, why is she throwing it in the back of somebody's head?
Yeah, that was.
and nobody's open. Like, you gotta check it.
Oh man!
Like, if dude would have just turned around, that shit could have got picked.
Oh, he had to throw it up. He should have threw it up there about a 50, bro. He should have aired it, bro. He freaking just beamed it right at dude's
He
head,
shouldn't
bro.
even threw the motherfucker.
Bro, yeah, bro. It's like take the check down or run in the situation, or if you are like RJ says, lead it, bro. That's in the
Yeah, he
fucking head.
he had all that space behind him to throw the ball. He didn't have to throw that because he's not looking, so he's not gonna be able to defend it.
So you're saying throw right here.
Yeah, right
And then
there, bro.
carry out and
Because
hit that
everybody
hit
got their
that
back turned because his man coverage. So all he
Yep.
had to do was just throw it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then right in the head. It's it's aggravating.
Ball
seeing
placement
like that.
is just atrocious, dude.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
this, bro. Watch Calvin. Calvin's up here at top. Touchdown.
Look, cut it.
He's not even looking. Yeah.
As sad as it is to say Mario,
Yeah, he could. He didn't have to throw it to D.
completed some shit
Even
like
even
that.
though D Hop is open right there, whoever it is, he could have just threw it underneath right there. Like he didn't have to run.
And then see, look,
didn't have to
I take
run
the
right
hit.
That's that hero ball shit. And look, goddamn,
He had Tyler Boyd open right there, and look, he had whoever that is coming right here. No, that down here.
Where?
There you go. Where you at? He could have threw that. He could just had them simple yards right there. He had to.
But like you got this and all of this. Throw this motherfucker up here to the T or whatever and let him go get it. It's Calvin Ridley. Go. And it's like, and then you run out of here and that stupid shit, and it makes it look like the pocket collapsed and you didn't see the guy. And you took a fucking hit that you shouldn't have hit. I thought he was gonna be concussed after that hit, the way he took it. So it's like
probably still the best staring down D Hop.
bro, and it's like, see, he went there a little bit, but it's like you just don't trust it. You look certain things down and then you look away from it, and you're like, yeah, that's the read, but he's open. I'm gonna forget it. Same thing here. There we go. Right there again. And D Hop here. This is the one where then he takes the ball completely and throws it all the way out of bounds. Nobody has a ball. Ridley's still over here. Like, you had two good dudes that had a chance at this ball, and you throw it out of fucking bounds. Ridley's open, D Hop's open. And you don't even give them a chance to try to even make a play.
No.
And Rand is right there to see it first fucking hand. He right there to see it.
I'm really starting to think Will Levis is just an athlete with a strong ass arm.
Miami, man.
And there's more. This ain't even it, bro. Like I said, that's 4 clips there for you. I still have other 13. I'm gonna break down in a video to show like why I'm not sold on Levis and what raises concerns for me, because it's shit like that. 13 more times in total. Like, bro, and that's one game. I'm not putting week 1 and week 2 together. This is just week 2.
Yeah, we better go ahead and wrap this show up for the night because I'm getting back agitated like I was yesterday. Man, Jesus Christ, man. But anyway, dope ass show tonight, man. Thank you everybody for watching, man. We had 516 people in the building. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Make sure you go holler at Wilson down in Music City Autoplex, man. Great inventory of vehicles down there. If you can't make it to the lot, most definitely go to musiccityAutoplex.com and call them at 844-543-0108. Y'all holler at Josh Mickle over at Cast It to the King as well, man. And Josh, once again, thank you for joining us tonight. You brought some great energy to the table like you always do. Tell the people what you got going on and where they can find you.
All right, we just had a recap of this previous game with the Packers. No, with the Jets on our episode yesterday, and we also got talking about the latest news that just came out. Spider-Man 4 has landed. Shang-Chi director Dustin, I forget his last name, but Shang-Chi director has now landed the role for director of Spider-Man 4. And the latest news on that is that it's set to possibly be released in between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, thus launching into it. Does he get the black suit? And is the set on Battle World as a setup to Secret Wars and for Avengers Secret Wars coming up? Other stuff on the channel. I love the support that I get every single day. Yes, the numbers are low for viewership, but hey, I gotta keep building up from what little I got. But I enjoy doing this. I enjoy being here with you guys. And hey, RJ, you want to play with Cam Ward? That college football game is really good. That game's really good to be playing for sure.
It's volunteers all day, man. But at the end of the day, man, for the Titans, man, I got I do my scouting, man. And man, my that boy, shout out to that boy, Jerry, man. He the one that he was like, man. So I'm gonna be real with you, bro. He said there's a quarterback I've been looking at, and he's like, man, Cam Ward. And I watched him, you know what I'm saying? But he's like, man, I'm a Florida State fan. I keep up with Miami. He was like, dude, Cam Ward's off the chain. You know, I'm like, yeah. I started looking at
if you are a Florida State fan, you are hiding under a rock this year. You are just
Florida State.
Florida State, bro. It's okay. I had to deal with that for 15 years, bro, as a Volunteers fan, bro. So I'm just glad my team up now. I ain't gonna deal with that shit no more.
I'll add this too before we get out here as well. That we haven't talked about this yet, but me and RJ have a bet. Y'all know I'm Oklahoma, he's Tennessee, so OU and Tennessee is coming up and playing. So whoever loses is gonna have to come in here with this big ass baby adult outfit, dressed up as a fucking baby, bonnet, all this shit, bro. The outfit's fucking ridiculous, and we're gonna sit here and say, you know, hey, the other teams are daddy and whatever that is. So. You know, Tennessee and OU is coming up. So regardless of what's going to happen Sunday, you're definitely going to want to tune into the next week's podcast because we're going to try to get it in by Monday, but it might not be till the following Friday show.
Hey man, we're gonna welcome Oklahoma to the SEC in style, man. You know how we do it, man. GBO, man, go big on.
You're gonna learn about Arnold, bro. You're gonna learn. You're gonna see, man. We got some running backs back there that got some speed on them. Like, all right, we're a little hurt right now with wide receivers.
We've been talking trash to Oklahoma fans on Twitter, man. They've been going at it, bro. Oklahoma Sooner Twitter and ball Twitter been going at it.
I'll tell you this right now. There's a guy on OU by the name of Burks, and it ain't the type of Burks energy you gonna be used to, bro. That motherfucker's a dog, bro.
Yeah, I got some dogs on there, man. Most definitely, man.
Yes,
but we a machine, bro. Yeah, we the new. We coming for Alabama and Georgia. That's who we coming for.
That's right. Y'all can be the machine. We're gonna be the monkey that throws the wrench in that machine and fuck it all up.
Man, fouls don't look, man. I ain't got no dog in the race. But after what I saw Saturday with Oklahoma and Tennessee, some telling me that you're gonna be on this show hollering out "Goo Goo Gaga." but we gonna most definitely see what happens, man. It's gonna be a great game, most definitely, man. But hey, everybody, like I said, man, thank y'all for joining us tonight, man. We truly do appreciate y'all. Lord, hey, boy, I almost hate to see Sunday, man, and it's messed up to say that, but man, look, man, this dadgum team, man, look, y'all stay blessed. We'll see y'all Friday. And tighten the fuck up. Let's go.